all we can say now is who's next? Who's next that wants to face Barcelona, that wants to get absolutely destroyed? Because Barcelona, in a span of a couple days, beats Bayern Munich, destroys Bayern Munich 4-1, and then goes to Madrid and embarrasses the hell out of Real Madrid 4-0. Where was the Ballon d'Or winner Vinicius? Where was the other Ballon d'Or favorite in Jude Bellingham? Where were they? I don't know. I would think that the best players in the world are going to show up for these big matches. I don't know. Is it just me? Like, were they even playing? I'm not entirely sure. Where was Vinicius? He couldn't taunt anybody. He couldn't do anything. Not even the refs could help Madrid this match because Barcelona embarrassed Real Madrid. And I think we all knew that this was possible. Did I think 4-0? No, but I called it before the Bayern match and said Barcelona should win both matches 2-0, 3-1, 2-1, and they did, both matches. If you asked me though, before these matches started, Barcelona against two of the best teams in the world, 8 goals scored, 1 goal scored against. Unreal performance, and it wasn't just one player, it was the entire team, and it was a Hansi Flick masterclass in the second half. So we're going to break down this incredible performance and incredible week by Barcelona, and then a couple players that we can highlight from Barcelona's side. Unfortunately, I really can't say anybody from Madrid really stood out, unfortunately, and then we'll talk about the good and bad from the match. As always, please comment your thoughts below. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. I'll do my best to respond to you guys. And if you guys want to drop me a like if you enjoy the video and subscribe if you enjoy the channel, I'd appreciate that too. Now let's jump in and discuss this huge victory over Real Madrid and what this means for Barcelona. All right, so first, honestly, I'll be completely real. The first half was a pretty nervy performance, at least like the first half of the first half. Barcelona, they were not great. Lamine Yamal and Rafinha kind of had trouble getting into the match. It was a very nervy performance. Barcelona really couldn't get control, it seems like, in the midfield. They really struggled, I think, to control and kind of calm themselves down, and they really didn't create many opportunities. To be honest, I thought Madrid could have been up 1-0, at least, maybe 2, going into the second half. So Barcelona, I will say, they were very, very lucky in a couple moments. I know Vinicius missed a chance. Mbappe missed a chance. Obviously, the 1 goal he scored was called offsides. The first half was nervy. They were able to make it to the second half tied. And the second half is where I mostly want to talk about because it literally looked like two separate teams. And I have a lot of notes and I have the specific minutes that I want to mention and emphasize too. So I mostly want to discuss the second half because that's when all the action started. The second half was very interesting. Now, I don't want to say it's because Frankie de Jong subbed on for Fermin Lopez in the second half, but when I try and dissect that, I think Frankie gives you a little more calmness and composure in the midfield, which is why I think Barcelona was able to possess better because they had him, Casado, and Pedri, whereas before Fermin is more attacking, and it was just, I think it was a little different, and I wasn't entirely sure why he subbed him on so early. I mean, it was right when the second half started, but it ultimately paid off well. Before I can get into these specific minutes and the greatness I want to talk about, I want to talk about Casado because it's his first Clásico, and even in the first half, it wasn't great by the entire team, but this kid is phenomenal. Like, he's incredible. And to be completely honest, if Barcelona, even if they don't move forward with Frankie de Jong after his contract ends or even next season, I honestly think they're going to be completely fine. This kid he hustles, he wins the ball back. He's a fantastic passer. That's how Lewandowski scored that goal. It came from Casado. Brilliant vision. He sees Mendy playing on Lewandowski, plays a perfect through ball right to Lewandowski. Even in the first half when Barcelona wasn't great, Casado still did a good job of, honestly, he was probably the best player, I think, in the first half, maybe him and Pedri. He was just fantastic, and I was surprised they actually took him off a little early, but nonetheless, I just want to give him a huge shout out because what a player, and I think what makes it so much cooler is none of us really thought that he would become an important player this season, let alone even play this season. So what a pleasant surprise. Now, at the goals, right? Lewandowski's goal, like I mentioned, what a finish from Robert Lewandowski. And it's crazy because he could have kept dribbling and he was outside the box when he shot, but he was so composed. Brilliant finish on the ground, curls it around the post. Perfect finish. And then his second goal, was it Balde who played the cross? But what a perfect redirected header. And what's crazy is he can score those 2 goals. A beautiful header and then shoots it outside of the box, curls it right around the keeper. He can't score the ball played from Lamine Yamal to him. It like gets stuck under his foot. I think he hit the post. Oh my God. I mean, and then he missed the other chance, which I will say, if you watch that a couple times, what was it? The 66th minute is when he hit the post. I think that was. And then 68th minute is when I think, was it Lamine Yamal that played both. He crosses the ball and then he shoots it over the net. He actually could have taken a touch, cut inside because Rudiger slid, and then he could have played it far post with his left foot. But I think the angle of that was really tough. But Louis should have had a hat trick in the second half. But what a performance. I mean, at least for those 2 goals by Lewandowski, absolutely fantastic. And then, of course, Pedri, the second half, just he showed us who is really the best midfielder in the world. Is it Pedri? Is it Jude Bellingham? Is it Valverde? Who is it? Well, I didn't notice Valverde once the entire match. I didn't notice Tchouaméni once in the second half. Where was Vinicius? Was he even playing in the second half? I mean, where was this Madrid team? Pedri, right now, is the best midfielder in the world. I mean, you could make an argument for, I mean, Rodri's injured. Kevin De Bruyne is injured. It's definitely not Bellingham this season. I mean, Musiala, he's kind of been injured, I think, recently. I mean, who is it? It's Pedri. He's marvelous. Magic. What else do we have? I do have one critique. Lamine Yamal in the second half. He tries to chip Lunin, and I don't know if anyone saw this. He had Rafinha like so opened on the left-hand side of the pitch. All he had to do was play across over to Rafinha. He could have ran onto it and had a breakaway. I was actually really disappointed in Lamine Yamal, and I know Lamine Yamal scored, and he did play like those chances to Robert Lewandowski. I don't want to say he played bad by any means because he was fine. I've definitely seen better performances than him, but again, he scored, which how does that go in? Right foot, upper 90 on the near post. I mean, fantastic from him. But yeah, those were a lot of the most notable things I wanted to highlight. Lamine Yamal should have passed to Rafinha. Casado was fantastic, unreal pass and assist to Louis. Both Lewandowski misses. And then, there's 2 more. One, in the 63rd minute, there was a through ball played to Mbappe, and Peña makes a great save. It was Cabarsi marking Mbappe. Barcelona was lucky in some circumstances because I don't know how Mbappe doesn't finish that. It was kind of a poor effort. Cabarsi needs to mark tighter on Mbappe, and that goes for Inigo Martinez too because they're not fast, and they were playing him on sides. They have to be more cognizant of that because I think if Madrid was a little more disciplined, this match probably is a little different. They definitely score 1 or 2 goals because I don't know how Mbappe honestly didn't have a hat trick this match. I mean, it was really close where I think he could have. The scoreline, I mean, it definitely represents what happened, but I mean, because both teams are going to miss their chances because Madrid fans are going to be like, well, we missed a couple chances, but then Barcelona's going to say, well, we missed 2 or 3 easy chances too. So, I mean, Barcelona's deserving of the victory, but they still need to be cognizant on their defense because I will say they got a little lucky at times, but this also will make up for it from Cabarsi. In the 75th minute, Vinicius was trying to dribble and Cabarsi, and I think Vinny could have honestly almost been in on goal, and Cabarsi, perfect slide tackle. And then it goes to Pedri, and I don't know if anyone saw this. Pedri gets the ball, and in their own half with 2 players like right on him, he just chips the ball right over the 2 defenders. I don't remember if it went to Dani Olmo. I don't remember if it went to Frankie de Jong, but then they just started the counterattack from then. It's just Pedri's composure in that space in his own half. Like in his own final third, I'm just like the skill and calmness it takes to do that is just insane. And then Dani Olmo immediately comes on and creates so many opportunities, and his impact is just unmatched because as soon as he gets the ball, he is the focal point of the counterattack, and it seems like every time he gets the ball, his vision is great, his touch is great. The ball gets stuck under his feet. He's somehow always able to get it back and then play it to somebody else on Barca. Obviously he didn't play too much. I was kind of surprised he didn't start, but I thought when he came on, he actually made a really good impact. And he was a player for the time he was on was great. Frankie de Jong, I thought was great. The thing with Frankie is there isn't one thing specifically he did that I'm like, oh, that was a great play or a perfect pass. It's his presence out there calms down the rest of the team, and he really knows how to keep possession and create space. If someone's trying to pressure him, he can move quickly, create 1 or 2 extra feet, and then play it to somebody else. And I think that was perfect, especially because they had the lead. He was great in keeping Barcelona calm. But Barcelona's midfield in the second half is why they won the match. They were able to control, and they were fantastic. I think Koundé had a very good second half. I think Cabarsi, the entire defense actually had a pretty good second half. And then Rafinha and Lamine Yamal, like they didn't have the best matches, but when we needed them to come through, they did. Rafinha scores. I mean, we didn't need him to score, but he scores a nice goal. Lamine Yamal puts the icing on the cake with the third goal. Beautiful goal. And then Lewandowski with the two fantastic finishes. So it was a perfect team effort. I mean, literally from Lewandowski all the way back to Pena. Pena made some great saves and kept us in the match. It was a beautiful performance. You couldn't ask for a better end of the month for Barcelona. And at this moment, who's better? I don't think there's anybody that's better than Barcelona right now. And if they can keep this up, you can say they're the favorite right now to win La Liga. Why are they not one of the favorites, if the favorite to win the Champions League? I mean, this is big. I know Barca has a couple big matches in the Champions League coming up. They have Dortmund on the road, which could be tough, but this is a fantastic win. And another thing I was so happy with is when Barcelona scored, they didn't do what Dortmund did and just sat back. They kept pressing and attacking. And what did they do? They scored 2, 3, 4 goals. Beautiful performance, perfect tactics from Flick, and I couldn't be more thrilled. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend now, and I'm so excited that this happened, and I look forward to their next match. Let me know your thoughts about this match, and if you guys were surprised at all that Barcelona won against Bayern and Madrid, both won huge over those two teams. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys back here next time. Peace.